Hello everyone, I am Monica Morani and with me is our beautiful guide and holding the camera is Lee Carroll. We have arrived back in Cairo. This is our last installment of the KRYON Egypt tour, and the reason we're doing it is because we're going to have a little fun. But before we have fun, we want to just talk about Egyptian words, the ancient Egyptian words, and how we actually are mispronouncing them. For example, everyone says Tutankhamun. That is not the way you say the name. And so can you share with us how you would correctly pronounce that?
Sure. Hello everyone. First of all, the language they spoke is called ancient Egyptian language. But the way to write down the language, what we call now hieroglyphics, there's another way to write down the language, hieratic and demotic.
Okay.
And the way we pronounce the names that they had in ancient time is not the way they used to pronounce them. Like now we say Tutankhamun, but the right way to pronounce the name in ancient language, Tutankhamun.
Very different.
Very, very different.
Yes.
It's even more beautiful when you say it that way, not Tutankhamun or King Tut, but you say Tutankhamun, which means the living image of Amun.
The living image of Amun, and you don't get that.
You don't get that when you just Tutankhamun.
Yeah. Wow.
We do that with many names, like when we say Ramesses, it's Ra-Mi-Su. When we say Tutmosis, it's Juhuti Mes. We say Nefertiti or Nefertari, which like two different queens by the way. It's Nefertari. It means the most beautiful one.
Nefertari.
Exactly. Actually, this is how they used to pronounce it in ancient time. They used to feel each part of the word, each sound coming out from their mouths, like Nefertari, the beautiful one, or the most beautiful one. When you say Nefertiti, the little beautiful one. So Nefer means beautiful, so Nefer, you don't say that's Nefer, but Nefer, it is beautiful.
That is such a powerful learning for us because it brings a whole new landscape to what we discover in Egypt. When you look at the vibration of the sounds. It will take time,
like if you don't speak Arabic, to pronounce it the way I pronounce it, because I'm used to say it that way, like Tutankhamun. But if you practice, you will be able to pronounce it that way.
It's
and you
almost,
will feel it is more beautiful.
Almost like the language is musical.
It is.
Rather than a spoken word.
It was like that, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's also why many of the chambers have a resonance that just support sound?
For sure. They designed the temples for them, like when they stand between the columns and when they say what is written on the columns, like they sing what is written on the walls and the columns, and that will make like echo inside the temple. So it will be like natural music. They didn't need like musical instrument to do that sound of music. So by the way they sang what is written on the wall, it will make like an echo inside the temple, so they used to sing what is written, not just saying what is written on.
Do you have a favorite phrase?
The one I can share with everyone that we still use it nowadays, we have it always when you go inside any temple, on the right and left side of any gate, they always had Ankh, Neb, Wasti. So they used to sing it, the translation for that, live the Lord of Upper and Lower Egypt. And nowadays we say it, long live the King.
Oh, wow. And that's the origins of that.
That's the origin.
How amazing, how amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Now for the fun part for all of the viewers. Is amazing at doing a cartouche is what you see with there's a circle around it, and inside is normally the names of the kings or queens, and it's called a cartouche. And us tourists have fun where we write our name, Monica, and they will do a cartouche with the symbols to represent the letters. So guess what I did? Take a look at this. I had write KRYON with the Egyptian hieroglyphs, and so it's really fun for us. But what's even more fun is that said, well, now that I've written that, do you want me to tell you the meaning of each of those letters? Absolutely, I wanted him to share the meaning with me, and I thought it was awesome. And so I'm asking to now share the meaning of KRYON with everyone else.
Like for hieroglyphics, the way to write down the ancient language, they have different like characters and signs and figures of animals, birds and reptiles and other things they used in their lives, like daily life objects, let's say it like that. And they used to write down as they pronounce the name, like the sound of it. We say KRYON, so it's K-R-Y-O-N. And for the sound K is a basket.
Mm-hmm.
And they usually made their baskets out of papyri.
Mm-hmm.
And papyri was like sacred flower for them in ancient time. And papyri, the reeds from papyri, they made paper. And by having paper, they wrote down the knowledge they had, some of the knowledge they had, not all the knowledge they had. And by having papyrus, you feed your brain. So by having a basket, the sound K is a basket in your name, that means that you contain something sacred within your body, that you have knowledge within your body in a basket made out of papyri.
That's amazing.
And the second sound is R, which is mouth. The sign for the R in ancient language is mouth. And to have a mouth in your name, that means that you know how to use carefully your words coming out from your mouth in a positive way. Some people just keep talking, and you get nothing from what they say. But to have a mouth in your name, that means that you know exactly the words coming out from your mouth.
Wow.
And to make the sound Y, you have not just one feather, two feathers. And the feather, maybe you know that already, was the symbol of justice, because the goddess Ma'at, the way to identify her by having feather on her head. And by having two feathers, you are justful, you are like feather, justice and truth.
Justice and truth.
Yes, so it is not like just a small thing to have in your name. You have two.
Two feathers, not just one.
Not just one.
Yeah.
And the sound O, they have it by showing baby chicken.
Baby chicken! I love that. We have baby chicken in KRYON's name.
Baby chicken, when you see baby,
Yes.
it means innocence.
Oh, yes. Purity.
Purity.
Innocence.
Exactly. Innocence, purity.
Yeah.
So that's the meaning of the baby chicken.
Oh,
And
nice.
the last sound is N. And the sound N, they have the zigzag, which represents water. And water means
Life.
life, everything.
Yeah.
Water is everything. It means as well, like we use it for purification, or the ancient Egyptians, like that. The one thing that everyone had to do before going inside any temple was
Purification.
Even the king, His Majesty, was not allowed to go inside before taking shower. And beside using oils and perfumes, but it was must to use water. So water is everything.
That's amazing. Well, I hope you all enjoyed hearing those incredible details of what KRYON means using the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. It couldn't be more perfect.
Yes.
I think KRYON is winking right now. So this is our final video from our Egypt tour. We want to thank the Travel Keys Tour Agency. We want to thank our three beautiful guides, who is with me. We also had Hisham and Omar joining us, and the entire group that gathered with us are just the most beautiful souls that Lee and I have had the pleasure to experience. And so feel all of our love to all of you. We are sending you love and blessings from Egypt.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.